afternoon, everyone. So, today for our class, it was a fun suggested class. It was tough for me to narrow it down, so for specifically what they were asking for. But we're looking for the most dangerous creatures in the world. And really, what I came up with was the most dangerous creatures, and typically they all were in Africa, so they really had this outline in Africa of I think the 15 most dangerous in Africa. So today, that's what our class is on: the 15 most dangerous animals or creatures, really, not just animals in Africa. So I have my phone here for visual presentation. I wish I could hook this computer up to this one and split screen this, but I'm not that technologically savvy. Actually, I don't know. What does this do? Oh, that's just the brightness. But anyway, so let me get started. So there's a lot of biodiversity in the world. That just means there's all sorts of species all over, and so there's all sorts of like who's the deadliest, and so really the most dangerous creature on the planet is, what do you think? It's us, human beings. So this list has excluded human beings from the list. If they included human beings, would probably rank as the second most dangerous animal, responsible for an estimated 490,000 intentional murders per year. So instead, because the way this list has been compiled, these are the most. There are many dangerous animals on this list that could easily prove fatal to human if not treated with the respect that they deserve. So we've added a section of honorable mentions, extremely dangerous but not big killers, at the bottom page. But here we go. The first one. And I think you've probably seen this in movies and things like that. But come on, buddy. Give me 1 second. A little troubleshooting here. All right, we're back on and rolling. So the first one, responsible for an estimated 100 deaths per year, is the box jellyfish, which looks like that. So you see that in the water, you want to get out of that water as soon as possible. To any boat, to anything that you can, because they are very dangerous species. And it hurts. So there's, on those tentacles that you saw, a bunch of stingers. And they just sting, 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 sting. And it completely hurts people. So they are found floating at slow speeds in warm coastal waters all around the world, and tend to live in the Indian and Pacific Oceans around northern Australia. Considered the most venomous marine animal in the world. Their bioluminescent box-like shape drags around 15 tentacles growing up to 3 meters each, all lined with thousands of nematocytes, or stinging cells. Their toxins attack the skins, nervous system, and heart. And while its antivenom does exist for the box jellyfish, most casualties go into shock and die of drowning or heart failure well before they get to a hospital. So, watch out. Jellyfish, bad news. Now, the ones we have here, not as bad. And usually, I'm guessing they have signs like, be careful of these waters. You know, there's going to be box jellyfish around here. Be careful in the water. All right, next up we have the Cape buffalo. Not as bad as the box jellyfish, responsible for an estimated 200 deaths per year. That is the Cape buffalo. And the Cape buffalo is without a doubt one of the most dangerous animals in Africa, and is sometimes referred to as Widowmaker or the Black Death. The aggressive and unpredictable beasts can weigh up to 1,000 kilograms and grow up to 1.7 meters tall. I know, sorry. We all live in the U.S., but everywhere else in the world has the metric system. We just never decided to adopt it because don't tell us what to do. But they're big. They're fearless and will mob any predator that takes its young. They usually travel in herds, but are one of the few animals in Africa that will actively stalk and kill humans if alone. So don't find yourself alone if you see a Cape buffalo. The buffalo was a favorite of trophy hunters, hence the size of as one of the big five. Those are for hunters, and are known to attack humans by circle. Oh, so they circle back on the victims before charging, then trampling or goring them to death using their sharp horns. Buffaloes kill an estimated 200 people per year. So yeah, watch out for those for sure. And next up we have the lion, which, check it out. That is definitely the stalking look of a lion that sees something that it wants to eat. And they're responsible for about 200 deaths per year. Um, and it is an apex predator of the African wild. The lion is one of the world's top predators. While humans are not their natural prey, each year an estimated 200 people are killed by lions. Sick male lions are mostly responsible for this death rate, along with opportunistic attacks in areas where the lion's natural prey has been depleted by humans. Whilst there have been a handful of reported deaths of tourists or guides being killed by this keystone species during a safari game drive, these cases are very much the exception. The vast majority of humans killed by lions are locals going about their daily lives in or on the fringes of African game reserves. Dun dun dun. So, I've always known to stay away from lions, though. I don't know. It just makes sense to me. Okay, now here's one that, apart from the lion, which everybody knows, big teeth, things like that, pretty scary. Next up, we have the African elephant. So, in cartoons, things like that, elephants always seem kind of dopey, things like that. But guess what? Lions got nothing on him. Reaching weights up to 7,000 kilograms. I mean, whatever that is in tons. You can do the calculations on your phone. The world's largest land animals can often be unpredictable, with older bull elephants, young males, and elephants with babies particularly dangerous to anything that crosses their path. Unprovoked attacks by elephants on humans are occasionally reported, usually by male elephants in musth, a sexually active period when testosterone levels increase. Each year, around 500 deaths, lion 200, this is 300 more than that, are caused by African elephants trampling and crushing their victims. In areas where poaching occurs or the elephant's habitat is in danger, elephants tend to be much more aggressive. Yeah. When things are hungry, they get upset. Now, the next one is what scares me. Those ones you can see a mile away. You're about to see. And it is, look at that, that's the tapeworm. That gets inside your body. Look at that face. Or I think it's a face, but look at that thing. That is a tapeworm. That scares me. Why? Well, you're about to find out. And I'm going to find out even when I'm getting all itchy. And I can't because my ribs hurt. Okay. There are a large number of tapeworm species, parasites that live in the small intestines of many different species of animals. So it doesn't just kill humans, but the Echinocacus group of tapeworm are the most dangerous to humans and measure just about 6 millimeters in length. And it got out a ruler and saw millimeters. It's not that big. And found in raw or uncooked meat. Their size is not indicative of the damage they cause, however, which, if unless treated, if left untreated, leads to severe symptoms and can be fatal. And the estimated amounts of death are the same as the elephant, about 700 deaths to humans per year. All right, next up is one that I've always been afraid of ever since I was a kid. Less so now because people like mess with it and there's shows about it, but still, I wouldn't mess with it. But it is the Nile and or the saltwater crocodile. Look at it. Look in there. I wouldn't want to go in there. Yeah. But anyway, so wow, this is blowing the numbers out of the water, even for the tapeworm. So found in the tropical regions of Africa, Asia, Australia, and the Americas. Crocodiles live in lakes, rivers, wetlands, and even some saltwater areas. The larger saltwater crocodile and Nile crocodile species are the most dangerous, regularly killing people in parts of Asia and Africa. It says, do you know the key differences between crocodiles and alligators? One is their snout. Alligators have a rounded snout. Crocodiles' snout is pointed. So know for their ambush hunting technique, the crocodiles are indiscriminate hunters and attack any animal that comes within reach, including humans. Their attack usually takes the form of launching from the water and clamping its victim with its powerful jaws and then pulling them back into the water to drown them before stashing them under submerged branches or rocks to eat later. Attacks on humans usually occur when people are washing clothes. Are washing close to riverbanks and lake shores, and when fishermen are getting in and out of their boats. Around 40% of crocodile attacks on humans are fatal. Children with more risk due to their size. The risk of crocodile attacks has been shown to increase in the warmer season when the crocodiles have more energy. And they attribute about 1,000 deaths per year. So it's frightening. And again, this is kind of a safety class, more what to stay away from to try to go near. So just be careful, these are scary statistics, but it's for your benefit. I promise. Okay, one sec. We'll go on to the next one. So here's another one, and you'll never guess. I mean, what was the biggest one so far was 1,000 deaths per year, right? Sorry, my eyes itchy. So here's one. It is the hippopotamus, which when I was a kid I thought, oh, they look nice, and in cartoons like what's a Fantasia when they're all like doing the ballerina dances with the crocodiles. You always thought, oh, they look so sweet. Well, they're not. They're very, very dangerous. And so, with so many dangerous animals in Africa, many people often overlook the fact that hippopotamus is actually the biggest killer of humans of all large African animals. Although hippos are herbivores, these highly territorial animals are estimated to kill an incredible 3,000 people per year. That's 2,000 more than any other thing we've talked about. Actually, if you combine most of what we've already read about, I don't even think it reaches where the hippopotamus is at right now. Male hippos fiercely defend their territories, which include the banks of rivers and lakes, while female hippos can get extremely aggressive if they sense anything in between them and their babies, who stay in the water while they feed on the shore. And hippos weigh quite a bit, 1,500 kilograms, the third biggest animal in Africa behind the elephant and rhino, and can run on land speeds up to 30 kilometers per hour. Well, that's roughly, I don't want to guess, but it's pretty fast. Combine this with the aggressive nature, agility in and out of the water, and sharp half-meter teeth in enormous jaws, you can understand why hippos make for such a fearsome creature to encounter. Oh, wow. Okay, so again, here's one to me that's even more frightening than that, because that thing's huge. You see anything huge with their babies near it, just leave it alone. It's none of your business. That's all I'm saying. All right, the next one up is this thing. It's called the Ascaris roundworm. And now it's got everything beat too. The Ascaris roundworm parasites are most commonly found in cats, dogs, and foxes, and can infect humans if they handle soil or sand contaminated with infected animal feces. For most people, an infection causes no symptoms, and parasites might die within a few months. But in some cases, the roundworm larvae infect organs such as the brain, eyes, or lungs and cause severe symptoms and eventually death. So I don't know if it's the thing as people per year. So it might just because now they're saying it's, mostly smaller animals with this. But it's estimated for 4,500 deaths per year. But that's probably with everything. So I take back what I said before. That these are really just deaths that, occur in its habitat. But since the hippos are herbivores, they're really just killing. I mean, they might kill lions and smaller animals, in the savannah, but well, still scary. Okay, so the next one. Ooh, also aggressive. Yep, right there. That is the tsetse fly. TSE fly. Responsible for an estimated 10,000 deaths per year. That's incredible. Tsetse flies may look similar to a housefly, but is undoubtedly far more dangerous. Endemic to sub-Saharan Africa, the flies are bloodsuckers that carry and spread deadly parasites known as trypanosomes. These tiny pathogens are responsible for African sleeping sickness, which can lead to death if left untreated. There are no vaccines for this disease borne by tsetse flies, though prevention of tsetse bites is helped by wearing neutral colored clothing and avoiding bushes during the daytime. Very. That's a lot of deaths. Oh man, I can't believe this is even more. Okay, you might not think it looks that scary, but that is a freshwater snail. Yes, and people eat snails, but not freshwater snails. Well, maybe they do, I guess. Maybe you could cook something out. And they're responsible for an estimated 20,000 deaths per year. A snail. So the freshwater snail is another animal that's extremely dangerous due to parasites that it carries. In this case, the parasitic flatworms found in freshwater snails can infect humans with schistosomiasis, also known as fever of or bilharzia, a disease that causes intense abdominal pain. So you'd feel it right there. And that disease is second only to malaria as the most parasitic disease with the highest death rate, causing over 20,000 a year. Transmission to humans comes from the parasites emerging from the snail to contaminate water, which then affects the humans who touch or drink it. So make sure you always boil your water. It's fresh water. Don't just drink water because you're like, I'm really thirsty. Let's see how many more. Okay. There's got a few more here, so. Well, actually, I think we'll stop. Well, we'll stop after the next one because it's kind of funny. Not funny. Sorry, none of these are funny because we're talking about death. But I don't know. You wouldn't think it is as bad as it is. And the last one to be discussed for today is, that's right, dogs. Yes, doggies. That pup could be so sweet, but so very, very mean if mistreated. Or let's find out why. But they are responsible for an estimated 35,000 deaths per year. And this is in the top 15, doggies. But let's find out why. Man's best friend is also one of our biggest killers. Around 35,000 humans die each year of rabies, mostly in Africa and Asia, and it's estimated that approximately 99% of those cases are caused by the saliva of infected dogs. That's so sad because I do love dogs. But don't mistreat dogs. If one's giving you that face, you back away and stay face front with it. Don't turn your back to it because then it charges. Anyway, so this has been. I hope that you're not afraid, but a little more wiser for the wear of things that are dangerous in this world that may look nice, that you might not even see, but you have to be looking for them in other places or sneaky places. But anyway, I hope you all have a great rest of your day, and I will see you later on. Ciao for now.